to this Wayfarers YouTube video, where today we're doing something different again. We like to bring you something different. So today, it's me, Andy. I'm not actually playing, I am just going to be filming. So who's with me today?
Ian.
Ian Ross, yeah. And
I'm Billy Goodman.
Billy Goodman, right. So Ian and Billy are going to be playing...
The Drowned Earth.
The Drowned Earth, yeah, which is fantastic. So we're going to have a really nice table and a really good game, hopefully. The Drowned Earth, do you want to tell us a little bit about the Drowned Earth?
You probably know more.
Okay, it's post-apocalyptic. At some point, several hundred years into the future, global warming and stuff's happened.
Trump, why did you do that?
I know, it's all Trump's fault.
It's giving us a great game, though.
Just,
Just make it political.
probably some nuclear, I don't know, something happened. Bad stuff has happened. But before all that happened, clever scientists made some wild species of animals sentient.
Science! Why would you do that?
So there've been a bit of the old gene splicing going on before the apocalypse. So we've got some sentient gorillas, elephants, lizard people.
What's not to love, basically?
Exactly.
What's not to love? We've got a post-apocalyptic, drowned world.
Exactly.
Sentient animals and gang warfare.
And dinosaurs, but not today.
And dinosaurs.
Maybe for another time. Maybe for another time.
So this is a game that was on Kickstarter about a year ago and has just been delivered to Kickstarter bags, and it's gone for retail as well in the last few weeks. So Ian and Billy have done sterling work to paint their miniatures up, and you'll see how good a quality they are. And the table that Ian has done is fantastic. You'll have seen Ian's work before on some of our Dead Zone and Warpath back reps, but I think this one is really going to blow your socks off. So let's have a little look at the factions that both Ian and Billy are bringing.
Okay, so I'm going to be playing the Wayfarers. So they're a bit like the mercenary force, so anybody can use these in their force, but you can also use them on their own. So we've got with us Grace is the first one on the left. She's going to be my medic, I think. And so she's a camouflage model, and she's also quite good in close combat, and she can do a bit of trickery there. But yeah, mainly focusing on the medic. The next one is Wishbone. He's my leader. He's really good in kind of like close combat, but also a bit of run and gun, so he can move if he successfully lands a shot. He's got a nice little dinosaur up on his staff there as well. The next one is my big heavy, Kalhana. Elephant with a chain gun. So he's, lots of wounds. Quite squishy though, not a lot of armour.
Squishy?
Yeah, squishy. He's a squishy elephant.
Okay.
But yeah, he's good once he gets going, so the more he can shoot in one activation, the better. And if he gets wounded, he just becomes even more volatile. So the next one is Blue Wing. So he's my mech, so if anybody jams their weapon, he has to go and repair it. But he's also really good at reacting to people doing stuff. So if he's the one reacting to one of the other guy's models moving, he gets a bit of an advantage there. He's also really good at leaping around the board. I think he's a bird with mechanical wings, so yeah, something a bit different there. And then Aranax is my infiltrating guy. So he starts in stealth. He's got a shotgun and an axe. And his special move is basically to charge at someone who comes within 4 inches of him, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's free. So this is the standard set for the Wayfarers. Several people who pledged a certain level in the Kickstarter have been able to give their ideas, their designs for these guys. So that's where they've come from.
Okay, so these are the Artefacters. They're a guild of essentially Lara Croft style Tomb Raiders who scour the ruins for bits of old technology and this, that and the other. They have sort of similar range of abilities as the Wayfarers, but they are all a bit different. So the first one on the left is Nyx. She's the leader of the Artefacters. She's got really good reflexes and she can dodge about when she successfully shoots people, which is really handy sometimes. The next one along is the baby of the group, that's Anna. She's a stealth model, so she can run around in camouflage, and she's not stealth, she's camouflage, there is a difference. Oops. But she's difficult to hit, and she's got a really cool weapon called Lucille, who shoots you and...
Is it a baseball bat?
Smoke. No, Lucille's a sort of the gun thing that shoots people and makes lots of smoke as well. And then you've got Sage, who's a gorilla. There's no other way to put it.
What
really.
more needs to be said?
He's very good at climbing, very good at bashing people with his pickaxe, and difficult to put down. So he's sort of the equivalent of the elephant in the other team. He's a tough. Then
He's your elephant in the room.
Essentially, yeah, exactly. Then we've got Slesk, the unpronounceable. He's a proper stealth model. So he's a sort of lizard dude with a gun who runs around being stealthy and popping out and shooting people. And then one of my favourite models in the range, the last one, is Corian. He's basically an Overwatch guy, but he's also a medic, so he can heal other models. But he's really good in the reactive turn at shooting against people that are shooting at him. And it's worth saying that Anna, if we go back to the second one, she's also my mech, so she can repair things when they go wrong. So if you misfire a weapon and it jams, she can repair it for you. So they're the Artefacters.
Okay, so my Grudge holder is going to be Blue Wing on the left, and his Grudge target is going to be Anna. So I think this is mech on mech for me. So Blue Wing will be trying to kill Anna.
And what happens if you do get your Grudge off successfully and kill her?
Lots of victory points. So if Blue Wing does it, I get a lot more than if anybody else does it.
Okay. And this is secret, obviously, so we're filming this.
So Ian doesn't know, but Ian will have an equivalent as well.
Which I'm going to see in a second.
So my guy with the Grudge is the unpronounceable Slesk, who's got a real grudge against Blue Wing on the Wayfarers team, because Blue Wing welched on a deal with him at some point in the past.
Like, you've got your own backstory here as well.
Oh yeah, well it'll make me play better.
Will it really?
No.
So this is the terrain that Ian has done. You can see it's basically an aquarium without any water. But I think you'll agree it does look pretty amazing. So you can see that there's quite a bit of height. There's a few derelict cars and buildings and so on, but the most important thing is all these bridgeways that are going to allow access up. And you're playing on a 3x3 board, which is the standard size for this game. For initiative, it went with Ian. And so Ian is deployed on the left-hand side of the field. And Ian, do you want to explain where your models are?
Yeah, we've got Sage the big gorilla here. We've got Corian, who's my Overwatch medic
You
guy.
can just about see him through all
there, who's hiding behind his own tree. Yeah. Anna, the shooty bow lady leader. No, not Anna. Sorry, Nix. Yeah. This is Anna with Lucille, the smoking gun.
And then you had one person on
one guy who's infiltrating, who's the unpronounceable Slesk, who's hiding bravely in the bushes.
And he's there opposite Billy. So let's have a look where Billy's side
And he's got one of the fabulous Art of War tokens, which are the only people that produce tokens for Drowned Earth at the minute.
And these are some more of them here.
Yes.
And you can see that they're really high quality acrylic.
Jolly nice chaps.
Yeah, jolly nice chaps.
Indeed.
So this is the other side of the table. So Billy's faction is starting down there. Everyone has to start on the ground, don't they? So you had to start in the water.
I've had to start in the water here just because I wanted a few more options in the middle of the board. So I've got Graze there, she's my medic, and lots of smoke. We've got Wishbone, he's my leader. We've then got, just about to see him, Kalhana the elephant with his LMG. And then hiding in the bushes is Blue Wing, who is my reactive guy and also my mech, so he can go around repairing things. Then in the middle of the board, hopefully, is Aranax, so he's my infiltrating character, shotgun and axe.
And he is not far from the other infiltrating one, who's the other side of the building, just behind that green foliage there. And so, yeah. So in this game, there's quite short distances for range, so there's going to be quite a bit of manoeuvring, but those two guys might get some action fairly soon. So let's see how we go.
Nix started here. and she's leapt across, which she had to roll a dice for. She made the leap and she can move her full nailed it distance, as it's called in this game, so she can move 6 in total. So she jumped across and got to here. That costs her 1 activation. So she's going to spend another 1 now, but because she's the leader she can do a special move. So before she moves, she's going to shout across to Corian over there, and she's going to steal one of his action tokens. Now that requires a roll under her intelligence, which we've done, and we can use that to show you the dice mechanic of this game, because for every roll that you make, you roll 2 dice of different colours. This one is the attribute dice. That's the one that you've got to get equal to or less than your attribute on. But the other dice is called the feat dice, and it tells you how well you succeeded. So a very low roll, a roll of 1 in this case, means that this action was a feat. So she's done it, but she's done it really, really well. And in the case of moving action tokens from one model to another, it means she does it for free, so she gets an action token back. So Nyx has done some jumping about, she's run across the bridge, she's leapt across some water, she's taken an action token off Corian over there, and she was thinking of shooting the Wayfarer leader in there, but then she remembered he was actually camouflaged, so she's going to end her move there, but she's going to end with 2 action points left, which will enable her to react if he does anything.
Smart move. It's not like you at all, Ian.
I know.
So I've activated Wishbone, who's my leader. He started here, under this tower. He tried to climb the tower, failed, so stayed in the water. Whilst he was doing that though, he told Grace, the medic on the left there, took a command point or an action token off her and gave it to Blue Wing. So that was a success, but the climb was a fail, so he stayed in the water. He was start on the climb, he just ran forward or swum forward to that building.
Sage is going to attempt to jump onto the bridge in front of him.
So Sage has moved forwards a bit.
He's moved forwards, he's going to spend another action to leap onto that bridge over there. He needs to nail it, which means he needs to get both dice underneath his attribute, because if he doesn't, he's going to fall into the water.
Because the distance is a little bit further for his...
In fact, no, he's not. He won't go anywhere. He'll wait for this action. He'll stay where he is.
He'll just look like a chump.
But he can re-roll his attribute dice on movement feats, because he's a big gorilla.
So what does he need?
So he needs a 7 on the green one and less than 7 on... a 7 or less on both, really.
Oh, he gets the green one.
He's just moved his...
But he's not got his
feet. So he's done it, but...
Which one's...
He's passed.
Yeah, so he's passed it.
He's passed, but he only moves 6, which means he drops into the water.
No, it's a big jump, but...
So he only gets 6.
Now he's swimming, so he's not allowed
And
to.
now he's in the drink. So he's going to get a swim token there.
Made a big splash, though.
He would have, yeah.
So he missed the bridge.
So I've decided to move Carl Hanna, my elephant, forwards. So I just took him 4 inches. I didn't take him his full distance. Ian has now decided that Nyx, his leader, is going to shoot from back there with fire arrows.
So she's reactivating.
Yeah, so Ian saved 2 activation tokens on her, and she's using one of those to try and shoot me now. He's got to nail this because I'm past his pass it distance, so he has to roll under on both dice.
So needing 6s or less on both dice.
Yep.
Because of some cover.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
And that's a feat as well.
Elephant kebab!
So Ian hit me, he passed, he feated, he set me on fire, and I've got to do 3 damage saves. So I've got to roll under 3.
Under 3?
On 3 dice. So yeah, let's see what I get.
Under 3?
Under 3. Because he's got piercing as well, so that's reduced my toughness. So I've saved 2 of them. So the 3 and the 2 both passed. The 10 fails, I've taken 1 wound. Yeah, so I was on fire and wounded, so I ran through the water to put myself out. That was my last activation. Ian's decided he's going to try and shoot me again, and because of the modifiers, he's going to try and shoot me at the start of my move.
So that will be easier to hit you, but it won't put...
But won't set you on
yeah,
fire.
the fire will still go out because you've gone through the water.
Next at shooting.
6s on both.
So she's failed.
Failed to hit.
But she's not fumbled, so it's okay. Anna's just done 2 moves where she's legged it across the bridge and is hiding bravely behind the wall next to the stealth Sletsk. Say that when you've had a couple.
So Gray's just moved forward, still sitting in the water there.
So Corian is going to try and run forwards behind the back end of that yellow Ferrari and leap the swampy gap between the 2 buildings. If he makes his roll, he'll make it. If he doesn't, he'll just get to the edge of the building that he's on.
Needs 7s on both to make the jump. And he gets it.
He's done.
Very nice.
He will go.
And that's where he ends up.
Corian done.
What you did then, Billy?
Yeah, so Blue Wing started down at the bottom of the building. He's climbed the side of the building, which he succeeded on, and then he's moved forward behind that little tree there. And then Ian's decided to shoot me.
With Nix as he does it.
And I'm going to shoot back. So Ian decided to shoot me. I've decided with my last point I will shoot back.
So I need 6s, Billy needs 5s.
Oh, Ian gets his.
I failed.
Billy doesn't get his.
So Blue
Pow,
Wing's
pow.
been hit with a flaming arrow.
Burning bird! Burning bird!
So 3 piercing
Yeah.
plus 1 armour.
Yeah.
So I'm on 4, 5, back down to 4. So 3 dice on 4s. Oh, 1. So I've
Take
saved
2
1, taken 2, and I'm on fire. Excellent.
Is that KFC in there?
Yeah. Barbecued.
Barbecued KFC.
Barbecue chicken.
Blue Wing.
Yeah.
So Slesk is still stealthed. Again, difficult to say. He's moved onto that bridge and he's going to try and make the jump across the swamp onto this side and land behind that building. He has to nail it.
What does he need to nail it?
He needs 6s on 2.
So to make the jump, needs 6s on 2 dice. Wow. Got the
Failed,
feet, but not the
That's a
success.
10 before.
Cool. So my last activation was Aranax. I've just moved into base to base with those tyres. I'm leaving my last activation on him, so I'm wasting 1 token. The thinking being that he has ambush, which means anything that activates at all within 4 inches of him, I can charge them for free.
So at the start of turn 2, Ian got initiative again, and he has started by moving Anna forwards there with first action.
So that's all she's done. She's just stayed there and she's kept an activation token.
Also, we forgot to mention at the end of round 1, the flames on Blue Wing caused another wound, taking Blue Wing to 3 of his 4 wounds gone. So he's looking pretty crispy, that chicken.
Okay, so I've decided the flames need to go out, the chicken is cooked. I'm going to run and jump off the building into the water. Ian's going to shoot me with yet more flames. And I'm...
Mix, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to attempt to dodge that in mid-air.
By doing some acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics, yes.
Billy made the jump,
Yeah, made the jump.
and now it's an opposed roll with Ian hitting on 7s and Billy's dodging on 6s. So Ian's
go.
running first. Oh
He's
dear!
made it. Ah, I've made it as
Oh,
well.
they
but
both
not good
made it.
enough.
But the 6 and the 5 is higher than the 4 and the 3.
Yeah, so your attribute dice beats my attribute dice, so he takes yet more damage.
And that's going to cause
Possible death.
possible death. 3 points of damage from the fire arrows with, is it called piercing?
Toughness, yeah. You've
Piercing.
got piercing as well.
And then so 3s, you need to save all of these, Billy.
Yeah.
You can do it, you can do it! You haven't done it.
No.
So Blue Wing was the target of my grudge and I have killed him, but oh dear. But not with my grudge holder, so I only get 3 victory points for that, but we play on.
And we check for victory
Check
conditions.
the victory conditions at the end of turn 4.
And we're just
And
starting
then
turn
turn
2.
after. So,
Game on.
game on. Okay, so I've activated Nyx. I'm going to try and reveal Aranax to remove him from his stealth state. But Aranax has decided to drop stealth and just shoot me while I do that, so that becomes an opposed face-to-face roll.
So whilst you're sort of covering your eyes, seeing if you can see him, he just
Squinting a bit.
shoots you in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
So I'm throwing 6s, which I've passed.
And I'm on 5s. which I feated.
You have feated,
Wow.
so you've hit me.
I've hit you.
Okay, so damage. These dice.
Sorry, explain again.
I've been hit 4 times. I've got to roll under 4s to save them, but I can re-roll 2 of these because of her reflexes ability. So.
You got 1.
So I've got 1. I'll re-roll 2. So she's taken 2 wounds.
Okay, so Kalhana, my chain gun toting elephant, can also see Nyx as she does that, so he's going to take a pot shot. Lots of modifiers though, so I'm hitting on 4s. That's cocked completely. And that's a fail. Okay, so I activated Wishbone. I've moved him across to those barrels there. I then used my command action to move some orders from Graze, my medic, who's in the water. Now, winner winner chicken dinner is no longer with us, to Kalhana. So I've moved 2 orders because I feated that. So I've got an action point back and moved 2 orders.
And then what's going to happen?
Now I'm going to shoot Sage, who is swimming over there.
Down here.
And Sage is unfortunately going to shoot me back.
Yep.
As is Corian.
Oh, and this guy down here as well. A firefight has erupted.
Yeah, so I'm shooting Sage on 5s because he's swimming. Which I've
That's a miss.
failed, yeah.
And Sage is shooting back, but he needs 3s because he's out of range and behind stuff.
That's
She
no
also
good either.
fails.
Corian gets a shot.
So Corian shooting back on 5s, which he passes.
So Iain hit me. I've got hard cover, so I'm up 1 on my armour, but Iain has piercing, so my toughness is down 1, so I need to save on 4s against 3 damage. Which I've done for 2. So I take 1 damage. So Wishbone uses a weapon that deviates, and because he fails, it means we have to work that out. So I have to roll for what direction it deviates in, and then how far it goes. So I could hit myself, possibly, and I also could hit Iain.
So
that's
on a
the
5, it might go back to Wishbone and...
If it moves 10, it might just clip him.
Right, okay.
So I'll roll for the direction first.
Direction first. What he doesn't want is a 5.
That's
Oh, it's close.
So we're
It's
going...
going in that direction.
Okay.
So
And then
Distance.
distance is going to be 7 inches.
Yeah, so it's over here somewhere.
But lands between them all.
So I'm going to activate Wishbone and going to try and shoot Corian.
Okay, Corian's going to shoot you back. Sage will shoot you.
Okay.
Which will
Proper.
be unopposed,
Proper gunfight.
I believe.
Hitting on freeze for Sage.
And he failed.
Misses.
Only he blundered.
Indeed, no
So
blunder.
close.
So now we've got face to face between Corian on 5s.
Okay. So we're both on hard, so we're both down 1, so I'm
Yeah.
on 5s. Okay.
So we're both on 5s, face to face.
Both hard cover. Both on
4 and a
5s.
2.
That's a feat.
There's a feat. He's hit me. He's hit Corian.
And Corian's hit back.
I get to re-roll the attribute dice, but that won't make any difference unless I roll another 4,
Yeah.
which I don't. So still defeated. So I've taken damage. Okay, so we just rechecked the rules of template weapons because this is our 3rd game, and when a template weapon's involved in a face-to-face roll like that, they're never opposed. So because of the rolls we got, we both hit each other. So Corian has hit Wishbone and vice versa. So we're both going to take damage.
Oh dear.
Okay, so Corian's been hit. He needs 4s or less on 3 dice. He doesn't get a hardcover bonus because it's hit with a template weapon, and the for purposes of damage that's drawn from the centre of the template, not from the shooting model. So 4s or less. So he saved 2, taken 1 wound.
Don't think you could ask for more than that, could he?
Okay,
But
so...
I've got Pierce.
Yeah, you've got Pierce, so I've got 3 damage. I'm losing 1 on my armour, gaining 1 from hardcover, so I'm 3 dice on 4s.
Oh dear.
That's another 2 wounds.
So that's 3 in total in this round.
So Sletsk, the unpronounceable, jumped off the bridge onto the little island behind some soft cover.
Successfully rolled that.
Yeah, successfully rolled that. He's now going to shoot Aranax from there. He's carefully stayed out 4 inches of Aranax so he can't get ambushed.
And by shooting, you lose your stealth.
I've dropped out of stealth. I'm going to shoot him, and Aranax is going to shoot me back. Opposed roll, we're shooting each other. It's Slask versus Aranax. This is Slash shooting, he needs 5s. Oh, he's made it, but he's only just made it.
Oh no! So I've taken 3 damage because Slesk passed. So I've lost all my armour. I'm down to toughness 3. So
you've lost your armour because of the rend.
Because of the rend, yeah. So Slesk has rend 2.
Because he's got a Ruger 0.5. So he's got
the old Ruger 0.5.
0.5.
Saving on 3s. Oh,
That's no 3s in
No
there.
cheap.
No 3s. 3 wounds, and he's got what, 4?
he might not even have 4. He's got 4.
He's still alive. Death or glory?
Glory.
Mostly death.
Definitely death.
Mostly definitely.
The very wounded Aranax is he's doing a charge action. So I spend one point. I get to move and then do a CC roll against Iain. Ian's decided he's also going to go for death or glory and just shoot me.
Mostly glory.
Definitely glory.
I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
So Anna's going to hit on 6s. Where she's hit.
She has. Yeah.
So it's only 2 damage.
So I am arm 1, toughness 3, so saving on 4s. Which I've not done. So he's dead, regardless of what happens now.
Okay, so Nyx shot Aranax, as did Anna, so Aranax is gonna die. But
We know Aranax is dead.
yeah, no, Aranax is dead, but Nyx, because one of her abilities can make a free 1-inch move if she hits a model, which she did, so she's going to use that 1-inch move to go prone, which means the Heffalump can't see her.
And the Heffalump is over there, firing through the window at her. So that helps Iain, even though Aranax was already dead, because now you're harder to hit.
So, yeah, Aranax is dead, but my charge was unopposed, so I now get to do a CC attack against Anna.
Because it's all part of the same firefight, so before he dies he might stick a knife in Anna's neck.
That's a nailed it.
That is a nailed it, so...
That is damage 4, rend 1.
Owie! Ow! I need 3s to save any of these wounds.
And the 4 wounds from the axe.
Let's do it. Saved
Saved
1.
1. Still alive because she's got 4 wounds.
She has got 4 wounds, she's not down yet.
So here comes the chain gun. Kalhana has got 3 actions to activate with. He's just going to put everything into Anna. Iain has no reactions to this.
And Anna's only got 1 wound left.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
You say that? That's such a negative attitude, Iain.
She's gonna die.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah, Kalhana's shooting. The more Kalhana shoots in 1 activation, the better he gets because he's firing off his chain gun. So, first one, I'm hitting on 4s, which I've not done.
You need to do
That's
better
a
than
fail.
that.
So, I'll do it again. So, this time I'm hitting on 5s,
Blunder.
which I have failed again. And this time I'm hitting on 6s. Which I've passed.
You passed.
And you had extra activations because you loaded him up with Wishbone earlier, didn't you?
Yeah.
So, she needs 4s on these 3 dice. If she fails any of them, she's
She gets an extra 1 for cover, doesn't she?
Yeah, so she's toughness 3, 1 for cover. That she needs less than 4, or 4 or less. So
Got
she's
1.
dead. She's dead. She's got started on 1. She's taken 2, so she's off.
Okay, so I've activated Wishbone. Wishbone is going to attempt to shoot Sage on the assumption that Sage is Ian's Grudge Taker. I'm also going to try and move some orders from Greys onto Kalhana whilst I'm doing that.
And the reason for trying to get the Grudge Taker is because in this Grudge Match game, you score points for completing your grudges or taking out the other person's grudge bearer.
Yeah, so if he's alive at the end of the game, Ian will get more points. So I've already lost. I'm just trying not to lose really badly.
It might be too late for that.
I think it is too late.
Right. So,
Intelligence check.
yeah, do that first.
So I think I'm on 7s to do this. 6s. He's not very clever. Sorry, Justin. Passed. So I'll move 1 from Greys to Kalhana. Shooting.
Corin will shoot you and Sage will shoot you.
Yeah. It's all unopposed.
Reactions
All
from
opposed rolls.
reactions from Corian and Sage against Wishbone over there. Try and do it the same as it did before. Wishbone's got
an E-staff.
No, he's got 1 wound left, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got that as well. So I'm hitting Sage on 5s because he's swimming. That is a feat.
It's a feat.
It's,
As if I'm going to be alive long enough to use it.
and that's a feat because he's got both a double result under his target score.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Sage needs to roll 3 armour saves on 5 or less.
Ah!
Which he does.
That's the face of a man, it's not going your way.
It's not going my way.
Needs 3s to hit. Which he doesn't do, unfortunately. So Corian's hitting on 5s with his special re-roll in reactive fire if I miss. Which is useful.
That's a blunder.
That's a
Can
blunder.
you re-roll a blunder?
Yeah, I can re-roll it. As long as I don't roll the same thing again, I'm alright.
Close.
I'm being really imaginative and doing exactly the same thing again. So I'm going to try and move some commands from Graze over to Kahana, and then Wishbone is going to take a pot shot at Sage.
And are you reacting exactly the same way?
I will do the cunning thing of doing exactly what I did last time. So yeah, everyone's shooting at Wishbone.
Fight!
My intelligence check to move some command tokens is a pass. It's nailed it. So yeah, so I'm shooting Sage on 5s. That is a fail.
Okay.
That's not what you wanted.
Sage is shooting back, only hitting on 3s though. Misses.
Still misses. Corian?
And Corian needs 5s. Well, it's a hit.
Yeah. So Ian's far enough away that he has to nail it and not just pass it to hit me. So he's completely sprayed into the air. I'm fine.
So Wishbone's doing exactly the same again, but this time there's no reactions because both Sage and Corian are out of activations. So this is your moment, Billy. Come on! Come on!
On 5s. Yes!
Hey!
It's defeated, right. So 3 damage saving on 5s for Sage.
Oh!
He saved 1, so it's 2 wounds.
And hitting on 5s. That's a fail this time. And last time, save again on 5s. And that's another feat. That's another 3 damage, Mr. Ross.
Another 3 on a 5.
And we've got so many actions because he feated his first one, so...
And I feated 3 times this activation.
So you get extra activations each time.
Yep.
Oh! 3 go
Oh,
through!
3 fails. So he's down.
Sage is down. That takes him to his wound capacity.
So I'm activating Wishbone again because I've feated so many times. This time I'm going to attempt to shoot Corian, who's hiding at the back there, because he's the only thing left alive that I can see.
Alrighty.
So I'll be hitting on 5s again, I believe.
Let's roll that again.
So that was a 7 on the
Right, leave the 7 on there, yeah, so.
Right, so that's a 3, so that's a
So
pass.
pass
It
range.
deviates 2 inches, or it might deviate 1 inch.
Why
No,
does
it
the
deviates
you
2
hit?
inches. I have.
Because he's on a small
basically
base,
pass.
that will take him.
Yeah. So he's fine.
Okay.
So deviated and missed.
Yeah, deviated and missed.
Okay, so Anna moved on her hands and
Nix.
knees. Nix moved on her hands and knees from around
Anna's
the corner.
dead.
Anna's
She ain't
dead.
moving anyway.
Anna too.
Anyway, Nix moved around the corner on her hands and knees so the elephant couldn't shoot her. Once she got around the corner, she spent another activation to move a command token from Slesk to Corian.
And what's Corian going to do with that action in a minute?
Oh, we'll see.
Could it be shoot Wishbone by any chance?
Maybe.
So Nick spent her last action to move another activation from
What's his nailed it range?
Slith to
It's the same.
Corian.
16,
So Corian's now got
16,
2 left to go with.
I'm just going to charge straight at him with my elephant.
This is not good.
That's it.
You charge or shoot?
Well, I'm moving quickly in his general direction.
So the elephant's moved around here and he's going to charge where?
No, he's going to
Just
shoot
gonna
me.
stand there
He's
for
gonna
now.
start shooting.
Alright, he's going to shoot Corian.
Yeah.
Right, go for it.
Elephant shooting Corian. Corian shooting back because he's just that sort of guy.
The elephant's moved around the back here and he's got lots of activations, so hopefully we'll improve his shooting every time. But Corian, is he going to survive? Let's see. So it's an opposed shoot roll.
Yep.
Both on 4s.
Both on 4s.
Corian's.
Oh, he's jammed.
I've passed.
You've passed.
But I need to nail it.
Corian's jammed, so his weapon is now useless.
Corian can re-roll his attribute.
But he can,
dice.
thank you very much, Billy, he can re-roll his attribute dice, which luckily takes him out of a jam, but still
Still
misses.
rubbish. So both missed.
Yep.
Second activation from
Has he got any orders? Yes.
the elephant.
The elephant. Yeah, so
Yeah, he's giving him 2.
Kalhana's shooting again, so he's on +1 marksmanship this time. Iain is going to...
I'm going... How far can I move on?
So much editing to do. So much editing.
I'm sorry. I'm going to shoot back, because I get to dodge it if I hit you, and I might as well.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not dodging.
Dodging.
I'm dodging on my agility, which is 7.
Okay, I'm hitting on 5.
I'm dodging.
That'll be a nail.
Oh!
That's a feat.
That's a feat, sorry.
That's not a dodge, is it?
Oh, I've not dodged it, but I can re-roll the attribute. Give me a 3. Nope. Okay, so Corian's taking hits now.
He's going to be in trouble.
Saving on 4s.
Oh, this game.
Oh, he's
Take
taken 2.
2 wounds.
He's down to 1.
1 wound left.
I'm doing the same again. This time I can do it for free against Iain. I'm
So I've got no actions left.
hitting on 6s thanks to my chain gun. That is a pass, but I'm out of range, so nothing happens. Same again, this time on 7s. And that'll be a nailed it.
Corian's life, 3 on 4s.
Oh, no!
He saved 1, but he's taken 2, he's dead. Corian's dead.
Bye-bye.
So I activated Wishbone.
Where is Wishbone?
Here, in the water, prone. So I leapt backwards to be really gamey and try and get a feat to give me more action points. I got one, so moved both.
Backflipped into the water.
Yep. But I feated on my command token move, so I moved both my command tokens from Grace to Kalhana, so he's going to have 4 actions, and then I just swam about a bit and then gave up.
Floundered.
Yeah.
Okay, so Slesk is out of line of sight of any of the enemy models, so he's spent one of his activations to re-stealth, and then his other activations to do a leap from the lily pad island across the swamp onto this area here and run around the corner and hide bravely in the bushes.
So I run forward with Kalhana, it's cost me 2 of my 4 actions, and then I'm going to try and punch Iain in the face.
With some tusks.
So Billy's charging, and Billy is shooting back.
Fire a flaming arrow at him. So I've been charged by an elephant.
Not the best thing to
Not the best thing to happen of an evening. So I'm going to shoot back, but because it's a pair of combat actions, they're opposed rolls. So I'm hitting on 7s, and the elephant is going to hit me on 8s.
Because charging and wounded. Right.
So this is my shot.
Oh, it's good.
Which is a feat.
And it's good as well. So the fire arrows go through.
Yeah, so piercing, so I'm... What? Hang on. Piercing's toughness.
Yeah.
So I'm down to 3s. So saving on 3s.
Oh, 3 of them go through.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm going to hit Iain. I'll be hitting on 7s this time.
So this is another action.
Last action now.
Next is dodging on 7s.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and dodge.
Gets
Which
it.
I do. Nailed it.
Oh no. I've just passed.
So she's dodged.
So at the end of that combat, there's a flaming elephant, and Nyx has dodged away and is going to use her last action to shoot the elephant in the trunk.
Opposed, hitting on 7s.
Oh, it's in!
So it's in, it's a nailed it.
So 4 damage with piercing, which means I'm down to toughness 3, so I'm saving on 3s.
Ah! I only had 2 wounds
I'm
left.
definitely not
I
done.
missed them all.
So I'm down.
Down and out. So at the end of round 4, no activations left. Nix is still alive down here. Sage is slowly dying, drowning in the water.
In the swamp.
We've got Graves, who's done a square root of nothing. Wishbone, who's quite injured but hiding over there. And then we've got Sklesk hiding over here. So let's go and see what the final scores are. Right, so I hadn't even seen Drowned Earth before, but that was pretty amazing. It was certainly a close game.
Great game.
So, what were the turning points for you, Ian?
I think when I took out Aranax with Nix.
Yeah, that was pretty nasty.
What was more important was taking out the chicken.
The blue chicken.
With the fire arrows.
And why was that doubly important? Because
that was my target for Grudge, and he was also your Grudge bearer.
Grudge holder, yeah. So
bad.
He got high on the board early, shot with flaming arrows, and turned into a chicken dinner.
Yeah, so you got 3 points for being the first to take out a Grudge, and obviously by stopping you having your Grudge bearer alive, that scored you another 2 at the end of the game. So it actually finished 5-2.
Yeah.
At the end of round 4.
Yes.
Although the body count ended up being quite high.
It was quite high.
Because of Grudge Match, the others didn't count actually.
Once things got messy in the middle, it got a bit tricky. But my Grudge holder survived, which is how I got the extra 2. Yeah. So it's 5-2. Great game.
Yeah, so I think, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. I think we've enjoyed playing it, you playing it, we've been filming it. And let's see a little bit about Drowned Earth. So,
great game, it's new.
Yeah, very new.
That's our 3rd game of it all the way through. It's a lot of fun to play. Miniatures are brilliant. The boards are fun to build as well because you just glue aquarium plants onto buildings. But yeah, fantastic.
And it might seem there's a lot of rules, but actually I think when you play it a few times it becomes quicker and quicker, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty intuitive.
Yeah, really simple rules, really clever movement. Although we moved a bit around boring at the end there's a lot of leaping and stuff that can go on. So yeah, a bit more interesting than other games for movement and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. And we just want to mention as well, some of the templates that we're using are from...
Yeah. The tokens and templates from Art of War Studios who supported the club tournaments for other games in the past, but they're the only ones that make Drowned Earth tokens. They're the official manufacturer and they're really good, so thank you to them. Check
out their website, they'll be in the links below. And again, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this back rep. We may well do some others in the future on Drowned Earth, but we're certainly doing lots of other games anyway. So please like, comment and subscribe. Check us out on the Weight of Fire YouTube video which you're watching, or check us out on the Weight of Fire podcast. Check us out on the Weight of Fire Facebook page. And thanks very much everyone. Take care.
Bye. Bye.